Welcome to a new series guided on the discussion and review of A Course in Miracles. If you've ever heard of it, it's a course of, it's basically of 365 days of mantra-like verses to help with the consideration of points of view. And its only purpose is to provide a way in which some people will be able to find their own internal teacher. The course curriculum, as it's called, was brought to light in 1976, I believe. It specifically states that a universal theology is impossible, but a universal experience is not only possible, but necessary. Talking about the experience and not the actual one-way thinking. It's not just one way of thinking or one way of looking at the world. The course deals with universal spiritual themes, and it is but one version of the universal curriculum of the world. And they are all led to God in the end, God of our understanding, of your own understanding. And I believe that that's what this is, in my opinion, surrounds that concept, the good orderly direction, the higher power per se. And while the reader is left in the hands of his or her or their own internal teacher to direct all the subsequent learning that you yourself uniquely sees fit. What it says is nothing real can be threatened and nothing unreal exists. And herein lies the peace of God, higher power. And knowledge is truth, they say here, the law of love or God. Love is God here. The world of perception, on the other hand, is the world of time, change, beginnings, and endings, based on interpretation, not facts. The world of birth and death, founded on a belief of scarcity, loss, separation, and death, learned rather than given, selective in the perceptual emphasis, unstable in its functioning, and inaccurate in its interpretations. Again, projection makes perception, and we look inside first, decide the kind of world we want to see, and then project that world outside, making it the truth as we see it. We make it true by our interpretations of what it is we are seeing. If we're using perception to justify our own mistakes, our anger, our impulses to attack, our lack of love in whatever form it may take, we will see a world of evil, destruction, and despair. All of this we must learn to forgive. Not because we're good or charitable, but because what we are seeing is not true. We have distorted the world by our own twisted defenses and therefore seeing what is not there. As we learn to recognize our perceptual errors, we also learn to look past them or forgive them. At the same time, we are forgiving ourselves, looking past our distorted self-concepts to the self that God created in us and as us. Our sense of inadequacy and weakness come from the strong investment in the scarcity principle, as they call it here, that governs the whole world of illusions. And from that point of view, we seek in others what we feel is wanting in ourselves. We love another in order to get something ourselves. That, in fact, is what passes for love in the dream world. There can be no greater mistake than that, for love is incapable of asking for anything. And that using love as a synonym for God, our higher power, that good orderly direction that is says within us and always with us, and how we conduct our lives and who we put in our lives. Perception as a function of the body, it evokes the limited responses which the body makes. And with that said, the first lesson is based on this mantra here, where it says, nothing I see in this place means anything. Basically, the table that you see, the chair, the car, the whole room itself, the shadow that you see from the light has no meaning on its own. And by noticing these statements, should just merely be applied to anything you see. Don't attempt to apply it to everything in any type of ritualistic way or obsessious way. One thing is like another as far as the application of this idea, though not to dwell in morbid reflection of it. Just a statement to consider the perception that nothing I see in this room, on this street, in this place means anything. Only do this for a moment and move on from that thought. And I thank you for listening. I will consider continuing this if that so is the purpose of this, is to learn myself and to consider how to shift my perception. And I pray to be led into a new way of thinking about the difficulties I have to face in my life. A new point of view will put them into perspective and reduce them to manageable size for myself. And I pray especially to resist exaggerating my troubles until they overwhelm me. And I will pray not to exaggerate lessons that I learn so that I can live in the present moment, one day at a time. And with that, I'm grateful. Amen, and have a great day. Blessings to all. With heart, Jolie.